Winter Solstice, in a quantum creatrix, intuitive healer, and divine channel. And I have been intending to make sure that we drop into some moments of visualization, mindfulness, breathwork, etc. on the holidays, the 8 Wheel of the Year tradition holidays, because they are such important moments to drop in and tune in. And I will be helping with a local ritual tonight for the solstice, and next year with the Silver Wheel Spiritual Circle, I'll be offering full-blown digital rituals through that. So I'm really excited for what that's going to bring in the coming year. But for now, before we have a full cohort, I want to make sure that we're still getting these moments to drop in together. So this morning we are enjoying the sunlight of the longest day or the longest night of the year. So the winter solstice is the longest night of the year. It is the darkest, therefore the darkest day of the year, if you think about it that way. So the shortest amount of daylight that we have. And that brings up for us all kinds of feelings about the inner darkness and about the fact that the sun, is not quite as bright. Well, not all day long, right? It's not quite as vigorous, as vital as here for us, just because of how the planetary alignment is, right? So it's something that's like out of our control, yet we are at the whims of the flows of the seasons. So we can't help but have this longest night. And that can be a lot, especially if you're like me and you've had anything going on this last year that feels like a longest night or a dark night of the soul. So I really want to honor that we're dealing with a lot of darkness this year, a lot of inner darkness, a lot of darkness in the world, a lot of pain, a lot of problems in the world, right? And that can make this time of year, which is normally aligned with celebration and festivity and family connection, it can make it really difficult. So whatever you are going through today, I just want to acknowledge, like, it's okay to be here in the fullness of where you're at. And if there is some stuff you want to release, I'm going to go ahead and do my little releasing for the morning. So if you'd like to tune into this moment, dropping into the awareness of what is here in this moment that no longer serves, just beginning to acknowledge that we have all of these experiences, all of these beautiful moments in our lives that have things to teach us, can help us grow. And yet when we're done with them, when they no longer actually serve us in our growth, we often hang on to them even more tightly. We place value in the experiences that we've had as meaning something is wrong with us if those experiences were distressing. So releasing any distress, any self-judgment, any lack of compassion here this morning that you are willing to release. And as the smoke rises through the air, allowing the smoke to carry with it any worries that are willing and ready to be released. In releasing all of this, feeling a lightness in your shoulders, a lightness in your abdomen, feeling the heart opening. And from this place of heart open awareness, an invitation to begin to drop in for a moment of mindful visualization this morning. Just dropping into the breath, allowing that awareness to sink all the way to the bottom of the abdomen, like a stone dropping through water into the sacral bowl. And as you become aware of this particular moment in time, as I sit here and channel this, it is December 21st, 2022. Traditional date for the winter solstice, the longest night of the year. When you hear longest night, just notice what arises within you. Does the concept of a long night excite you or fill you with dread? Just notice. And see if there's something that you can anchor into with this concept of the longest night that feels nourishing, that feels delicious, that feels opening. How might you face the darkness with the symbolism of this holiday? And just dropping into the breath again, bringing that awareness back to the physical body, back to the breath. Just to touch base with yourself before we let the self go for a while in order to visualize. So, beginning to release the self, releasing the ego, releasing the construct of the self by diffusing your awareness, by expanding your awareness beyond your body, beyond your mind, beginning to tune into the fullness of this reality here on planet Earth, experiencing the season, getting a bird's eye view of the evergreen trees, seeing those pines and firs, seeing all of the trees that have shed their leaves, their barren branches stark against the sky. Getting a bird's eye view again of all of those little creatures cozied away in their nests. Seeing the bears in their caves, the foxes in their dens, all of the creatures of the wood and mountain hunkering down in the chill. Perhaps tuning inward to your energy here in this moment to see what creature you would like to shapeshift into, or what creature you'd simply like to observe. No right or wrong with this practice, just communing with nature, with the creatures that show us that it's time to retreat and hibernate. And what creature are you going to deepen your relationship with in this practice? Listening to your heart, listening to the essence of your universal love. And see yourself again, either becoming or observing this creature, noticing the way that they intersect with this winter season. How do they care for themselves? How do they relate to their families, to their young? And being aware of the lessons that this animal creature has to bring to you about how you can approach this longest night of the year with grace, with beauty, with stillness and wholeness. Feeling into the stillness of this season, the darkness of this season. What does it offer you in your life? What does it offer this creature? What riches await you on this longest night? And feel into the richness of your life at this moment, whether you're curled up as an animal or simply observing. Once again, getting that bird's eye view, zooming out to see the beauty of your life as it unfolds right here in this moment. What is offered to you here? What is awakening in this season for you? And what is slumbering? And thank your animal guide if you've connected with one here. Deep gratitude to our animal guardians and guides. Perhaps leaving them in your mind's eye with a gift, a morsel or a treat that they might enjoy in this winter. And when it feels right to do so, beginning to draw your attention back to the breath. Gently becoming aware of the sounds physically around you in this space and this time. Dropping into the stillness wherever you feel stillness in your body. Maybe it's just your hands, maybe it's your stomach, maybe it's your feet, your forehead, your jaw, wherever you can find stillness, softness. Just experience that just for a moment. And know you have that full permission at any time to tune into your body and find a still point if everything outside feels chaotic or overwhelming. And when you're ready, gently opening the eyes if they're closed and beginning to take in the space around you. Hmm. So, once again, I hope that this longest night can be an opportunity to drop into stillness and peace for you rather than becoming focused or caught up in the darkness that is here. It's important to remember that though this is the longest night, it's also the rebirth of the Sun King. It is the time when the sun begins to return in its fullness. It's been waning, right, ever since summer solstice. Ever since summer, the daylight has been decreasing. And now, at this turning point, it will begin to increase again. So, despite the darkness of the season, remember that light is coming around the corner. And this is an opportunity to drop in, to hibernate, to rest, to rejuvenate, and do all those beautiful self care things for yourself. So, thank you to those of you who joined me live here today. And I hope that you have a beautiful solstice. Reach out if I can help you connect with the season even more. And otherwise, I will see you at our next practice. Until then,